What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another head-to-head. It's actually a 3-ball match, another YouTube home tee hero kind of fun little friendly match going on. Today we are playing Bethpage Black in New York. I'm doing the championship level tees, which is the furthest back, and I'm going to be taking on both Laughing Mike and B.A. Bowden. So we're going to see what we can do. Laughing Mike already posted his video and he put it up, so go check out his channel. I'll link him and both B.A. Bowden either in the title or the description down below. But yeah, we're going to give it a go. Because of the weather situation out here and some other obligations with holidays and whatnot, this is actually, I'm recording this, today is the first day of 2023, so January 1st, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to everyone out there. I'm going to be doing my best to play this and get this edited up and posted for tomorrow, so you guys will be seeing this Monday the 2nd, as long as everything goes as planned. But we'll see what we can do. A little bit warmer today. It's in the 50s. It's actually pretty nice out. The Patriots are playing today against Miami Dolphins at 1 o'clock today. Again, Sunday. There is 2 weeks left. It's 11/18. So ideally I'm going to play this. I'll have plenty of time to play this one, but since it's so nice out, I'd like to play one more, but we'll see. I do want to watch that Patriots game. But getting started, Garmin Approach R10 like always behind me on a DIY level stand. Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Super Fast balls, my DIY stance mat over here that's luckily not as frozen as it has been before, 10x7 nets, home tee here that you're seeing on screen, and I'm also live on TikTok if the connection stands. So hopefully if you guys hear me talking or answering any questions, that's what it is. But so we're doing, I know B.A. Bowden uses the same settings. Laughing Mike did the same thing that I usually do, which is 5,300 feet altitude, 65% humidity, and 85 degrees. And he wanted to do breezy, so that's what we have the wind on. You'll see the wind, it's 7 miles an hour right now. I gotta keep that in mind as I'm playing here. But one more note real quick before we go. I've played B.A. Bowden a couple different times. Good guy, go check out his channel like I always mention, and also Laughing Mike. He's a character. He is just getting back into golf, or picking up golf, getting a little more serious about it. So he put up a score that was kind of high. I'm not sure, I mean, barring, I guess we'll see. My back's a little bit sore, but I think I'll be able to get the W. But definitely go give his channel a check out. Go leave him some comments, likes, give him a subscribe. He's a funny guy. There was multiple times during his video that we played for the Bethpage Black and other videos where I was actually laughing out loud. So he's a character. I think you guys will enjoy him if you go check out his channel, but go give him some love. So alright, here we go. Like usual, just did my 9 irons beforehand. Back sore again like it usually is, but nothing new there. So first hole, we've got a par 4, 394 yards, down 14 yards. So this is gonna give us some good amount of extra distance on this. We've got a lot of room left. I don't love those trees, and then the wind's pushing it 7 miles an hour, kind of helping up and to the left. So I think we'll leave it there. Let's see what we can do with the driver. Typical crazy New England weather out here. It was frozen less than a week ago with some snow on the ground, and then today it's 55 almost degrees out, which I will gladly take, but unfortunately a little bit inconsistent for the times that I can get out here and whatnot. So pushed it pretty far right. That was low on the club face off the toe. Hopefully that gets up and over those trees and the wind pushes it back a little. Alright, it bounced through luckily. Again, we had 14 yards of downslope there, which was good. Alright, second shot here, we got 125 down 1. We're in the fairway, and then 7 miles an hour again, blowing towards the left. So I'm going to aim just a little bit right here, and I'm going to do a little choke down pitching wedge. See if we can stick this green. Get the ball rolling here a little bit. I played on course, what was it, 2 days ago, so apologize. I'm gonna have to clean off some of my club faces with all the dirt and stuff in between some of these shots. It's nice playing out here multiple times in a row. You don't have all the dirt and grime and grass and everything as opposed to on course. But Doing a little choke down pitching wedge. Popped it up. Hopefully that catches the front side of the green. Alright. That's exactly what we felt. Felt like I pulled it just a little bit left, popped it up, so I didn't know. I knew I wasn't going to have the complete distance to be pin high, but we're on the green. We'll take the par for the first hole. For all you golf fans out there, you're familiar with this course. Bethpage Black is notorious. Pretty difficult course. It has that sign, I think right near the first hole, saying it's for extremely difficult course for experienced golfers only, so I wouldn't exactly consider myself that, but good amount easier here playing in my backyard on the simulator versus if we were in New York right now playing the actual course, which never know, could happen, but most likely I'll probably never play it in real life, so pretty cool that we can at least do this back here. So we're even through one. Second hole, we've got a par 4, 376 yards, pretty narrow again, so gonna go right out here in the middle, up 5 yards this time, so we're gonna lose some distance versus that 14 yards of downslope last time. Gonna need something, a better swing from the driver this time, put something relatively straight out there. Same thing, low on the club face, kind of off the heel to the right. I might be in tree trouble. There, we got lucky. I played 2 times in a row on course, and then this is the first time back here, so I gotta remember that the side spin here on Home T Hero is a good amount less than in real life, so that one was definitely headed further right. In real life, that probably would have been into those trees. A little bit straighter here on Home T Hero, which is nice, but alright, second shot, we've got 113, up 8, we're in the fairway again somehow. So we're at 121, and the wind is pushing left again and kind of helping, so I'm gonna aim just a little bit right again, and then do kind of the same swing, just a little flighted down, choke down pitching wedge. Usually full pitching wedge for me on course and regular golf weather is about 135, 140. So again, you're gonna choke down about an inch. Only need about 120 out of this, maybe even a little less because of that wind. Don't usually play with the wind within Home T Hero, but we'll give it a try. It shouldn't make that much of a difference with the lowest wind setting. That was heavy and left. Hopefully again, that was further left than the last one. Hopefully that catches the front side. I don't know if it will. I might have left that short. See if the wind helps us. Yep, short left. Well, that's a drop stroke. Not very good there. Alright. 6 mile an hour. We got 15 yards up 1, and we're in the rough, so 16, we'll add another 2, so right around 18 yards. I'm gonna go 60 degree. And although it is relatively warm out here, everything is, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but everything is damp and wet, so my shoes and everything else, all my equipment's going to be relatively muddy by the end of this, which I don't love, but gotta take the good and the bad with the warmer temperature. 60 degree. Pulled it a little left again. Hopefully get that straightened out in the next couple holes. I don't know if that's going to be the inner circle. I didn't hit it super hard. Oh, we got lucky. Alright. We will take the par. Alright, third hole, par 3. We've got 232 down 4. So we are at, and the wind is hurting. So I don't know, 4 miles an hour. I don't love, again, the wind. I know realistically you have wind every single time you play golf, but on here with the number, like, I don't know if it's a yard per mile an hour, maybe a half a yard. I don't know how much 4 mile an hour is going to affect it, but we'll probably play it towards, just get rid of that downslope and probably play it up towards 232. So I'm gonna go, just double check there's nothing up here, there's bunkers and whatnot, but it's right around 230. I think I'm gonna go take a little bit extra club and go 4 hybrid. Usually I play my 5 hybrid to about 220, 230, 4 hybrid about 240 if I hit it good off the deck. So swing speed's still a little bit down. Again, lower back's a little sore, so I'm thinking play my 240 club if I can hit it good. If I don't, should still be within the ballpark. A little bit low. It's gonna be headed right. Caught the mat a little bit first, so I don't know if that's gonna get there. Is that gonna be a +3? That's tough. All right, dropped a stroke there. It's not the worst swing, but that wasn't super quick, and again, I came out low, hit the mat a little bit first. As I've mentioned in a bunch of other videos, especially between two, I played the last 2 times on course. Good amount of difference between how the actual grass reacts versus this Country Club Elite mat. If you hit it even a little bit heavy, it really grabs the club and slows it down. But we're 1 over through 3, 4th hole, par 5, 507. Looks like a little bit wider up here for the tee shot, down 3 yards. So we're gonna aim something out there. I don't think I'll hit a 284, but that's the line we're taking. Actually, we're gonna go maybe just a little bit right. Stay away from that bunker if we can. The wind's pushing 3 miles an hour to the left again. That was a better swing. Still a little bit right. This is a draw-based driver, so should be something straight out there, but I'm starting them a little further right than I would like. We'll take it though, another fairway. 227 left. We still got the wind up 11 yards, so we're looking at right around that 240 number again. I guess I'll go 4 hybrid. I don't know if I'm going to get that there. 3 hybrid would probably be better, but I think the little bit extra loft with the 4 until we get some better swings going might be beneficial here. That was even lower and worse of a strike. Struggling with these hybrids as of late. I go through periods where I start hitting them well and then not so well, and that was definitely one that was not so well. That was potentially even so bad. Oh, picked it up. I was gonna say sometimes the swings are so bad that Garmin doesn't even read it, but that was a waste of a stroke. But we have a wedge shot in here left, so we got 66 yards. We're in the fairway, 3 miles an hour wind that's helping, so gotta take a little bit off of it. 68. Usually this would be, I would hit a 52 probably on course, but anything over about 60 yards is starting to get into that territory of a little more of a fuller swing with the 52, which is flirting with that upper net, which I don't want to go and chase around balls back there if I don't have to. So that means I'm going a little even further down flighted pitching wedge. See if we can get something in there. Left again, that was kind of thin. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, a little long. Came out kind of hot, but 69 yards, nice. We'll take that for another par. On to the fifth hole, par 4, if I can talk. 479. Let's see if we can kind of get a hold of one again. We actually hit the other one decent last time. I feel like back here, the numbers are pretty close to what I see. I have it dialed in to where all my irons are pretty spot on. Sometimes the driver is a little exaggerated, but I also feel like I can swing the same exact setup here, same alignment every single time, and I can swing a little more freely. I just kind of go for it more into the net. So versus here and on course, I probably get a little more distance back here because of that, but let's see if I can get another one that's somewhere up there, maybe carry those bunkers. I've talked ad nauseum about my settings back here. I finally, or not finally, but over the past probably 2-3 months, have it dialed into these same settings to where all my irons play to all my stock yardages. If it means, usually I could either bump it up a little bit, so my wedges I feel like are still a little bit short. It kind of is what it is, but if I bump it up any more, that means the driver and the longer irons would be even longer. So I'm in that happy medium middle ground type of spot for my distances that I feel good enough about for it being a backyard simulator. Plus, there's no real comparison and no real duplicating the actual on-course conditions with the different type of lies you get and bounces, etc. Still kind of low and to the right. That one had it headed left, but we carried the bunker. All right, folks, second shot here into this green. I don't love those trees, 2-mile-an-hour wind. Luckily with this breezy again, this is the lowest wind setting. I think it's from 0 to 10 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour and up towards like 7, 8, 9 miles an hour. I'll have to look at it a little bit, but 2 mile an hour is not going to do a whole lot. So we're at 203, up 7, so right at 210. There's bunkers up there in the trees. So I'm going to aim just a tad right. I'm going to go 4-iron. Usually on course, 5 irons about 200. 4 irons about 210, 215. Now let's see, just need a decent smooth swing here. A little bit thin, caught it low on the club face. Should be relatively straight. We hit our distance a little long because that was thin, but we'll take that. Not the worst swing there. I was thinking before I hit that, it's funny, I play back here significantly more, probably, I would say for every 20 rounds, maybe 15, 20 rounds back here, especially now in the off season, maybe even more, but we'll say, for the sake of this statement, about 15 to 20 rounds back here to 1 in real life on course. So I felt like I played 2 days in a row on course, walked 18 both days. I felt like the first day I was kind of getting my bearings back on course between the alignment from playing a bunch of simulator golf to on course, and then that second day I felt more comfortable. Now back here again, unfortunately, this is the first time playing on the simulator since then. I'm kind of experimenting back and getting used to the simulator golf again. So everyone out there that has a simulator and you switch back between simulated golf and real life golf, you probably know my struggle and my feeling a little bit on that. But 6th hole, par 4, we're 1 over, 394, only 1 mile an hour wind. We'll aim 275 up there. That should be decent. We'll see what happens. My middle finger I just saw, I just felt middle finger on my right glove starting to poke through, so might be time to retire these gloves. I've got a brand new fresh pack in my bag. I'll have to break those out coming up here pretty soon, and then order another one to have it ready to go in the bag. Same thing, a little bit better of a launch, but that wasn't off the middle of the club face. Started right again. Is it coming back? Nah, it's staying right. We're in play though. 130 yards left. This time we're in the rough, so we got to add 10%, down 7 yards. So we are at 123, and then 10% is going to be another 13 yards on top of that. So we're right at 140, if my math is correct. So I'm going to go. I can either do a muscled up pitching wedge. It's probably a better move to do a choked out 9-iron, which is what I'm going to do. A little bit thin. It's going to be headed left. Alright, we'll take it. Can't remember off the top of my head which tees Laughing Mike played. I'm pretty sure B.A. Bowden's going to play one of the forward ones. There was only 3 tee box options here, so Laughing Mike may have played the middle one. Not sure if B.A. Bowden's going to play the forward one, but again, we're playing the championship, so. 7th hole, par 5, 480 yards, pretty big dog leg right. We're going to aim up here. No way we hit it 300 yards. We have a 1 mile an hour wind helping, but that's the line I'm taking. So I have room both left and right. Hopefully just put something out into the fairway up and over that bunker. Got a little bit of a sweat going underneath my vest and fleece lined flannel here. First couple driver swings weren't horrendous. There was a couple that felt relatively quick, but still feel like I haven't really caught one yet. Let's see if we can change that here. That was started left, but that was pretty close to the middle of the club face there. That one just felt and sounded different. Should be some decent distance because of that. Take a look real quick for the sake of it on that one. 268 carry, 288 total, 155 ball speed. I could tell the ball speed was going to be up on that one. That was pretty close to the middle of the club face from what I could feel. 109 club speed again. I believe that's estimated just based on the R10 does a really good job with ball speed, so I think they just estimate. They don't measure the club head speed, so I'm pretty sure it's just estimated based on ball speed. Personally, I think that's a little bit low. I think with driver, it seems like when I've done direct comparisons against like Unicore, especially driver, was 5 to 10 miles an hour quicker, I would say on average. So that may have been closer to like 115. Don't really know there, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Attack angle was good on that one. Didn't feel like I swung that far up on it, but we'll take that. And then the smash factor, 1.43. Trying to get that as close to 1.5 as I can, but that's just all consistency. All right, 243 left. I guess we'll go. I've been swinging it a little better these past few. I'll go 4 hybrid. Again, usually about 240 if I hit it well. 3 hybrid, if I don't hit it as well, will probably be a better club selection here, but just in case I really catch one, the 3 hybrid could be anywhere. Usually play that to about 250, 260, and on occasion when I really smoke one, it gets a little bit over 270, so if that was the case, we're going to be well long. So let's see if I can actually make decent contact here with a hybrid for once. Oh, or just have the club face open up when I hit it. That club face was twisted in my hand. That was wide open when I hit it. That's gonna be pretty far right. Not great. Drop stroke there, but luckily it's par 5. Third stroke. Almost made it on the car path. I might have hit the car path. I don't know. I didn't see it. 74 yards left, down 1. 10%. We'll add another 8 yards to that. The wind's not really a factor with 1 mile an hour. So we're at 73 plus 8. We're at like 81. Gonna go choke down pitching wedge. Last 2 rounds on course, I was driving the ball decent and my wedges were actually pretty good. The first day I played, the ground was completely frozen, so that was a little bit tougher, but the second day it was warmer like this and the ground thawed and I was actually hitting some pretty good wedge shots, so let's see if I can carry that over. Again, this would probably be, I'd probably hit a 52 here instead, but better contact on that one. That should be pretty straight. We'll see if I got the distance right. It might be a little long. Yep. That's gonna be a +3, I think. Hit it good though. That's tough. Another drop stroke for a bogey, but 8th hole, par 3. 210 down 8. 1 mile an hour wind helping. We got water in front, so we are at 202. I'm gonna go 5 iron. We'll see. Again, usually right around 200 is my 5 iron club, so if I hit it at least somewhat decent, we should be able to catch the front side of that green. Low launch, it was a tad thin, but that should be straight. It might fade a little bit. I would think that would have the distance. Yeah, I don't know about 223 on that one. I think the lower launch probably gave me a little extra distance, but I did hit that decent. Unfortunately, we're off the back, but at least it's not a +3, so we can chip it. I'm just gonna go a 60 degree. We got 14 down 1 and then probably another 2, so like 15 yards. Should be pretty good there, I would think. Middle of the net. Decent contact. Oh, and it didn't read it. That's unfortunate. That was a decent swing with the 60. I'm gonna give it 1 extra second. Sometimes it like lags a little bit and then picks it up. But I think I'm gonna have to re-hit that, so as you guys hear me say in other rounds, sometimes we get lucky when the shots are so horrendous that it doesn't even read. But on something like that, I don't know if maybe my extra waggle or something threw it off, but that was a, felt like it was a good one, and unfortunately we'll have to redo it, but kind of is what it is. A lot of times the good fortune and the bad fortune evens itself out by the end of 18 holes. Alright, see if I can do that again. A tad further left, maybe about 6 inches further left on that one, but should be similar distance. Not as good of contact, but bogey. That's unfortunate. Hit that 5 iron decent though. I have been working on lowering my launch angle. I found that the past few years I've been lining everything too far up towards the front of my foot, so especially on course when it's windy, and even here on the simulator I was popping things up and losing distance. So that 5-iron, I launched it lower than I would have liked, but that probably contributed to the extra distance there. Alright, we're 3 over through 8, 9th hole here, par 4, 428 yards. I think we'll just leave it right there in the middle, see if we can hit another fairway here. A little bit lower launch to the right, but that was a decent strike. That was not as right in the middle of the club face, but that was pretty close. Should be decent ball speed on that. I guess we'll look quick if I can get it. That was probably closer to 150. Yeah, 152. Tad slower, not as good of a strike. Didn't swing up as much on that. Smash factor was about the same, but all right. 195 left, so I guess we'll go usually 6 irons 190, 5 irons 200. Smash that last one, but we got 2-mile-an-hour wind kind of into the face, a little bit hurting to the right, so I guess I'll go 5 iron, hopefully get a little bit better launch and get closer to my 200 number versus whatever that last one was. That was probably a little long. But I did notice, obviously, like I said in the beginning of this round, the side spin, and generally speaking, I think just the bad shots aren't exaggerated as much on here versus real life. So I noticed the few of those shots on course, if I really caught one thin and had like a bad shot on course, I remember there was one, I hit my pitching wedge like 170 yards into the woods because I really thinned one. And on here, that would probably have been 10, 20 yards less. The Garmin would have read it, so sometimes I feel like some of these distances are a tad long, other times I feel like they're actually a little bit short. But again, kind of a happy medium I'm trying to go for. We'll see, that one could be long again. That was hit decent, kind of similar to shot to the last one. Yeah, a little bit long. Probably should have hit 6 iron. 208. Is that going to be a +3? Yep. Bogey. But on that type of swing, like usually again, 5 irons right around 200 total distance on my on course. That was, I think, 205. So that's right in the ballpark, and that was a little bit thin still. I would have expected the last one to be a little closer to that, but maybe I swung the other one a little bit quicker, and for whatever reason, the R10 maybe read it just a little bit different. Onto the back 9, 4 over through 9. We are 10th hole, par 4, 494. 4-mile-an-hour wind helping, so should give us a little extra distance, kind of ride the wind down there. Hopefully keep something straight in between those bunkers. Pulled it left. Kind of came over the top on that one. That will probably be in those bunkers. Oh, we just came up short. That was lucky. One extra bounce there, we would have been in that bunker and losing 20% versus 10. So we have 213 left, down 2. So we're at 211. 4-mile-an-hour wind helping, so we don't need. Could play it a little bit shorter, but the 10% is going to be, we'll call it 22 yards. So we're right around 230, 235. I'm going to go, I guess, 4 hybrid. See if I can finally get something towards that 240 number if I hit one well. Don't know if I just said 4 hybrid or 5 hybrid, but I meant 4, hitting 4 hybrid. If I said that, if I mix those up. That was struck better, but that was hung out pretty far to the right. Not great. Struggling to find the middle of the club face and getting a good launch on these hybrids right now. Same thing on course too. Luckily I didn't have to hit it a whole lot because I was driving the ball decent. Those 2 rounds on course, but 47 yards left. We're in the rough, so I'll add another, call it 5 yards to that. So right at 52. Wind's helping a little bit, so I'm gonna go 52 degree. I just noticed as I was about to hit that, for some reason, the I don't know if you guys can see them, the planner looking brick things. I don't know how this thing, maybe it was windy out here. Usually this was on the side of the net. Somehow this got moved, so this corner of the net's a little bit popped up. I'm gonna have to fix that after. I guess I'll just do it now, so I don't have to keep looking at it and wondering what the heck happened. There we go. Stupid little things like that. You don't need that in your back of your head while you're trying to hit shots. All right, 50 yards, 52 degree. Oh, that was really thin. That's gonna have to get down. Straight though. Hopefully it stays on the back side of the green. All right, luckily it probably landed soft by the looks of it. Seeing something like that, usually the R10's a little bit more generous around the greens because there's no putting. Something like that was pretty thin. That would have been probably 5 if not a little bit more, maybe 5 to 10 yards off the back, because it probably would have bounced and rolled. So for something like that, maybe driver and longer irons again, like I've been saying, a little bit longer. Something like that was actually probably shorter than it really was. But 11th hole, par 4, we're 5 over. Not the best here, folks. See if we can get a couple birds. Nice open fairway by the looks of it. We have bunkers, but let's see if we can actually put something straight out there. I'm kind of going back and forth with my driver swing too here, which isn't great with my alignment and where I'm aiming. Usually on course when I'm trying to play well, I have the tendency, I have a natural fade and or slice to my shot. So if I'm playing on course and I really want to keep something straight, usually I'll play more of my fade type shot and aim up the left side of the fairway, versus here I've been trying to work on getting the ball just a straighter ball flight in general, and even turn something over the left. So I keep kind of going back and forth between where I want to start it and aim it, which isn't great. I could just pick one and stay with it, but that should be pretty straight. A little bit low on the club face, but that was decent contact. I guess we'll look at that one quickly. 273 on the rollout. That one was a little bit slower, but ball speed, yeah, 105. Club speed is going down. 150 on that, so ball speed was a little bit lower, but because I hit the middle of the club face, smash factor still 1.43, so attack angle not as much on that one either. 165 left, down 2, so we got 163 and 5 mile an hour wind, which is picking up a little bit, hurting. So that'll probably get rid of the 2 yards of downslope, I would guess. So I need something right around 165. That's right in between 9 iron and 8 iron. I guess I'll go smooth 8. Usually play my 9 iron on course to anywhere between 150 and 160. I could probably get it to 165 depending on the shot, and then 7 iron goes up to about 170, or 8 iron rather, goes up to about 170, 175. But like every other shot, all strike depending. If you don't hit it well, all those stock yardages are irrelevant. And I didn't hit it well. Caught it real heavy and left. That's going to be short left, despite grabbing the extra club. Right into the bunker. What's up, B.A. Bowden? Alright. This is Bethpage Black. I'm 5 over through 10 holes. Not the best. Second shot, or third shot rather. 35 yards, wind still hurting, 20%, so I guess I would call this a greenside bunker maybe. It says 20%, but like I've explained many times, greenside bunkers in my experience play anywhere between 40 and 60% reductions, and then fairway bunkers are between like 30 and 50% reductions. So that would mean 35 yards, 20% would be 7 yards. So I think I'm going to need probably closer to like 14 yards on this. So right around 50 yards or so. I think I'm gonna go 52, and we'll see what happens. A little bit thin. Should be pretty close to 45-50 yards though, and straight. We'll see how it plays out of the bunker. Yep, and that was pretty spot on right there. Twelfth hole, par 4. 7-mile-an-hour wind now, pushing us left to right. And we got a pretty big dog leg left, so I'm gonna try to cut the corner a little bit up here. We're gonna aim there, and I think between the wind and if I fade one, should push us kind of up and to the right into the fairway, hopefully. But once again, strike depending. If I pull one way left, it's not gonna matter what the wind's doing and where we're aimed. But positive thinking here, we're going to stripe one down the middle. That should be pretty good. Felt a little off the toe, a little bit towards the top of the club face, but we'll take that. .215 left, down 3, 7-mile-an-hour wind, kind of hurting down to the right, so I'm going to aim a little bit left here on the green. 215, down 3. I've been striping that 5-iron, but I think I'm going to go 4-iron. That should be a better club selection. Caught the mat a little bit first. We'll see what happens. Decent strike despite of that, but caught it a little heavy. Ooh, generous bounce there. 217 right into the inner circle. For a birdie. There we go. Better to be lucky than good, folks. 13th hole, par 5. 8-mile-an-hour wind now, hurting. Aim up there. I don't love this tree on the left, but that's where we're going to aim. Thinking I should probably switch over to wooden tees. I'm gonna have to come out here one of these days and pick up this graveyard of all broken white tees. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's probably like 50 to 100 broken tees out here that I'm gonna have to pick up. I would think the wooden ones, although it would take a while, but at least those will break down if I left them out here versus these plastic. Swung up more on that one. Not as close to the middle of the club face, but still should be relatively straight. That might be going a little bit left. Nope, stayed right. So the question is, are we completely under this tree or do we have a look here? We've got 336 left to the hole. 8-mile-an-hour wind. I think I'm gonna go a little bit left up here, and then unfortunately the 10%, that's gonna be close to 34 yards extra. So where we're aimed right there, that's gonna play like 270. I'm gonna go 3 hybrid and just try to muscle like a punch shot out there. A little bit lower on this shot would actually be pretty good, but I'm just gonna try to hit it as good as I can. Still low on the club face, but that should be out there somewhere, I think, unless we caught one of those trees. And that's probably about right. So 200 yards, then again, you're gonna remember we were in the rough, so that was probably maybe 230 on the roll, something like that, in that range. Usually though, these hybrids, it feels like I'm hitting them low, and again, because of the mat and not the real grass, I really need to catch it clean to really hit one well. But the ball flight on course with these, they start pretty low and then they're like those low risers that kind of come up. So sometimes back here maybe feel like I hit them low on the club face and don't launch them super well, but depending on how the R10 reads it, could be one of those shots where, because I only have about 10-12 feet or whatever in front of me to the net, can't see the full result of the actual ball flight. But let's see if we can stick this green. 136 down 1, we're in the rough, 8-mile-an-hour wind, kind of hurting down to the right, so gonna aim a little left again. 136, so we're at 135 and then 14 yards, so 145, 149. I'm gonna go full 9-iron and we'll see what happens. Actually struck it decent, but I kind of popped it up and to the right. I might have to go. Hopefully it catches the front side of the green. Nope, short right. See, I was thinking before I hit that too. That one realistically might have been a little bit longer. Ideally, if I could, I would change the altitude in between every shot, but obviously in the course of a round, that's pretty cumbersome and unrealistic. So ideally for the lower, my wedges and then like some of the lower irons, even some of the mid irons, I would bump up the altitude a little bit and then probably reduce it a little bit for the some of the hybrids, longer irons, and my driver. But again, that's kind of unrealistic to do in between every single shot. Alright, making a mess of this. We gotta focus here. 25 yards left, up 1, so we're at 26. 8-mile-an-hour wind into our face, and then we're in the rough on top of that. So we'll add 3 yards, so we're right around 29 yards, probably closer to 30, maybe just over 31, 32 because of that wind. So I'm gonna go 56 degree and try to hit something right in between, like 30, 35 yards if I can. At this point, I think it's safe to say I probably have the win against Laughing Mike at this point. But who knows, B.A. Bowden's been getting better. He's been practicing a lot, so if he's playing one of the forward tees, he could put up something relatively low and scrape out a win in between us three. So still competing against him. Don't know what his score is just yet. That was a little bit thin. That was probably a good 30, 35-ish. Yeah, 30 yards. +2 though, bogey. +14th hole, par 3. We've got wind staying up here now. Still got the 9-mile-an-hour wind. 164 down 4, so we're at 160. And then 9-mile-an-hour wind kind of into our face, and again pushing kind of into us, down and right. So gonna aim left like you just saw me do. And I think I'm gonna go smooth 8. Kind of popped up that last 9-iron. Real life on course, I may opt for, because of that little extra distance with some of these irons, I may opt for a 9-iron on course depending on what the hole actually looked like. But smooth swing on the 8. Let's see. And again, another reason this wind, it's kind of tough. It's hard for me to think in my head what like an 8-9 mile an hour wind actually feels like. Obviously it's a lot easier. You don't have like a wind reader on course, so it's just a lot more of a feel type thing. But caught the mat first. That's gonna be short right. Right into the bunker. Alright, so I guess again we'll consider this the greenside bunker, so we're going to play at least 40% reduction versus the 20 that it says. So still got the 9-mile-an-hour wind into our face. I'm not sure how many yards that's going to be. We'll call it maybe 4 or 5 yards extra. So we're at 33 up to, this is going to hit soft as well and not roll out a whole lot. So we're at 35 with the wind, puts us closer to 40. And then the 20%, that would be 7, probably 14 yards again. So I need like 50, 55 yards or so. Gonna go pretty much same thing, 52 degree, and try to, as best I can, hit as close to a 50, 55 yard shot here. That was one of those weird ones. Caught the mat a little bit first and it felt a little bit thin, oddly enough, but that should be pretty close to 50 yards, I would think. Yeah, probably because I caught that mat a little bit short, but we're on another bogey, unfortunately. We're kind of falling apart here score-wise. 15th hole, par 4. Not playing the best here on this back nine, so I'll probably end up calling it for a day after this round and go inside and watch some football. I was hoping I would be striping it out here and I'd want to keep playing with the warmer weather, but not the case unless we like somehow miraculously get a hole-in-one back here or something these last few holes. 290, 10-mile-an-hour wind actually helping this time, so this will push the drive even further if we can hit one. Funny enough, on the second round in real life that I played on course, one of the guys that I was playing with, oh, this tee's broken on 2 of the prongs. Yeah, we're not doing that. One of the guys I was playing with actually found it was real dirty and probably had been in the woods for a couple weeks, if not even longer. But he actually found the same exact red Callaway super fast ball, so I used that for a few holes, put it away on some of the sketchy holes like over water and whatnot. But it was nice to be able to play the same exact ball that I use back here. I have tons of balls that I found over the past couple years in my bag, and I have a couple buckets in my garage, so I can't justify spending the money and playing brand new balls, although I would love to. Can't justify the price and that added frustration of losing a ball into the woods, the cost of it on top of just the destroying your scorecard. So ideally I would like to play these balls, which doesn't usually happen on course, but like I said, that guy found one, so I was able to kind of do that. A little bit better of a swing, but that's pushed right. I think the wind helped on that though. And of course you get more of a rollout in the fairway versus the rough and Home Tee Hero. It kind of kills the distance. So alright, let's see if we can stick this green. But 10-mile-an-hour wind, basically just straightforward and helping. We've got 193 up 12, so that puts us at 203, 205 plus the wind. So I think I'm going to try, because of the 10-mile-an-hour wind, it's actually kind of a lot. I think I'm going to go 6-iron and see what happens. It's either a 5 or a 6. I'm afraid if I really smash one again, the 5's going to come up long. So let's see what I can do with the 6-iron here. If Garmin's able to make things even more realistic and more accurate, especially with the wind, I would probably be more open and play the rounds back here with the wind a lot more. But considering back here, obviously it's not exactly real golf, it's more practice. Personally, I would just rather try to hit my stock yardages as close as I can and not have that wind be a factor. But it is interesting adding that element. Oh, I struck it pretty good. We'll see. We'll see if I did my calculations right with the wind. Maybe fading just a little bit. Oh, I didn't really see what happened with that bounce. Alright, 13 yards left, 10-mile-an-hour wind pushing it to the right. We're in the rough, so 14, we'll add another 2, so like 15, and then who knows what's going to happen with this wind, but I'm just going to go 60 degree. And I thin it. That's going to have to get down and stay on the green. That was thin and left. Not very good. Well, I took my time walking back here, so I didn't see the result. It said +2, so it must have stayed on the green luckily, but 16th hole, par 4. Alright, this time 10-mile-an-hour wind into our face now, but it's down 17 yards, so we must be way up on a hill here, hitting down into this fairway. 17 yards of downslope is a good amount. So, let's see. Going driver again, like usual. Decent swing again, I'm just leaving him out to the right. I don't think I'm releasing the club face or something, it's not coming back around. Alright. Got all kinds of things going on here while I'm trying to play this. Sounds like either someone's using a hammer or a woodpecker or something back there. There are people talking, there are cars going by, someone in a yellow shirt was running crazy golf course over here. 222, and we're in the rough. Down 3, 10-mile-an-hour wind into the face. So what the heck do we need here? We're at 219 with the slope. The rough is going to add, we'll call it 23 yards. So, like 240, and then the wind, 240, 245, and then the wind. So I'm going to go 3 hybrid, and we'll see what happens. I feel like I'm playing kind of slow. It's funny, Laughing Mike did a speed edit in the middle of his round, which was kind of funny. I feel like I should almost do one of those and just do a circus with all these terrible swings. And that might have been the worst one yet. Hopefully that was so horrendous it barely made it to the net. I don't even know if it did. Hopefully the R10 didn't read that. That was like 40 yards to the dead right. Yep, it picked it up. Horrendous. We're crawling to the finish line here, folks. This is bad. 112, down 1, 10-mile-an-hour wind, plus we got the rough. This is a lot of math here with the wind. So we're at 111 with the slope. 10% will be another 12 yards, so 123. And then 10-mile-an-hour wind, hurting and kind of left, so we're going to aim a little bit right. And I'm going to go, I think, just full pitching wedge. This extra calculation for the wind is not super beneficial for my small pea-sized brain right now. I'm struggling to do the math. Decent strike, but I popped it up. Played that a little too far forward in my stance. Hopefully that catches the front side. I guess decent shot. Another bogey though. 2 holes left. 17th hole, par 3. 203. Up 3. 10-mile-an-hour wind helping. So we're at 206, and the wind helping up and to the right. So I'm gonna aim a little bit left, and I'm gonna go 5 iron. Thinking if I hit this 5 right around 200 with that wind, should get us that extra 5-6 yards or so. I'm just feeling out of sync right now. That was horrendous. Real heavy on the mat, low and left. That's not even going to be anywhere close to the green. $163 yards into the bunker. Jeez. Alright. 42 yards. Up 3, so we're at 45. The rough will add 40%, or 20% rather, would be 8 yards. 40% would be 16. And then we have the wind that's helping. So, I'm gonna go choke down pitching wedge, play something right around 60 yards or so. Maybe closer to 55. That was kind of thin and a little left. I feel like I had some right side spin though, so it might straighten itself out, but I don't know if I got that yardage right. No, I did. Alright. a lot more of a guessing game here with the wind. Which again, both good and bad aspects to it. Alright folks, 18th and final hole here. We're 8 over through 17. Certainly not the best, but Bethpage Black is a notoriously tough course, so although I'm not swinging it great today, it's not horrendous, I guess. Down 14 yards again, so let's see if we can finish this off with a good driver swing right down to the middle. There we go. A little bit low launch again, but that was pretty close to the middle of the club face, just by the sound and the feel of it. And it had us going right. Maybe a slight misread on that one. And we caught another bunker, so this should be fun. 143, up 9, so we're at 152, 9-mile-an-hour wind into the face, and then 20%, it's going to play closer to 30-40%. So 20% of that, 10% would be 14-15 yards, 20% would be 30 yards. So I guess we'll add 30, maybe 40 yards to this. So that puts us at right around 180, 190, plus with the wind. So I'm going to go play it towards 190 with that wind. I'm going to go 6-iron. Better strike, but pushed it right. And that had it 120 yards. Oh man. So we're in the rough. We've got 26 yards up 2. So we're at 28. The rough will add another 3 to that, so 31, and then 9-mile-an-hour wind in the face. So I think I probably need like 35 yards with that wind. Gonna go 56 degree. Either, I didn't do my math right there. I don't know how that had it 120. Granted, we were in the bunker. So even if you add the 30 yards to that, that was like 150. That was certainly further than 150 for a 6-iron. I don't know what happened there, but see if we can stick this green with the 56. Caught it relatively clean, pulled it a little left. We're on though. Alright folks, I'm gonna grab some Gatorade, take a look at this ugly scorecard. So, from Bethpage State Park Golf Course, the black, aka Bethpage Black, we kept it in the 70s. We were 8 over 79, so again, not the best, not the worst. It was kind of just like a middle of the road type of round. There were some pretty horrendous swings in there, some decent driver swings actually. So we went 40 on the front, 39 on the back, kind of all over the place score wise. A lot of pars, mostly bogeys honestly, and then we only had 1 birdie. 9 out of 14 fairways. Driver was decent, at least decent enough. It was serviceable. So 9 out of 14 fairways, we'll take that. We try to be at least 50%, if not closer to 75. So 9 out of 14, that's actually closer to 75. Iron striking wasn't the best. 6 out of 18, not the greatest. For greens and regulation, want to be at least 9 there, if not closer to like 13, 14, 15, etc. And then 32 putts, also not great with the chipping. We had a good amount of 3 putts in there. They were mostly 2 putts, I believe, and then there was only a couple that we had the +1 for the 1 putt. So 32 putts, that's just below 2 putts a hole. Ideally we're looking for 1.5 putts a hole, and then the goal is 1 putt, which is a little unrealistic, but that's at least the goal. But I had a good time. I know, again, I know what Laughing Mike shot, so I beat him, I believe, for this first go around between our matches. It's going to be up to B.A. Bowden to see what he does. But it was definitely a good amount more challenging and a lot more of a guessing game with that wind, as you guys heard me talk. This is a little bit of a longer winded video, so I'm going to kind of wrap this up pretty quick, but I had fun. Definitely go check out B.A. Bowden's channel and Laughing Mike's channel. Go give them some love, some likes, some comments, subscribe if you haven't, hit that notification bell. And as for me, let me know if you guys want to see, if you have any other Home Tee Hero YouTubers that you see and you'd like me to do a match against them. Maybe put a couple comments, mention both of our names, maybe even suggest a course, or if you just want me in general to play a course if you're choosing back here, give me the name of the course and the location and I'll respond to you. But appreciate all the support. Happy New Year, happy holidays, whatever you may celebrate. Hopefully the Patriots win today. All you NFL fans, we're getting close to the end of the season. If the Patriots don't win today and next week, they are out of the playoffs. They kind of suck anyways, so that might not be the worst thing, but we'll see. And I'll see you guys at the next course.